and welcome to another episode of the Quarantine PT. My name is Dr. Chantel Yearwood, physical therapist and online health and wellness coach. Today it's Wind Down Wednesday, where we talk all things stretching and mobility for the hip and the knee. Let's go. Because we are covering all things stretching and mobility of the hip and the knee. Now, if you missed week 1, make sure to go and check that out because we did have the hamstring and the hip flexor stretch, which both can be used for the hip and the knee as well. But today we're going to cover a few new ones. Now, all you'll need is a tennis ball or lacrosse ball. You could also use a can of beans. Check out week 1 how you can do that. I've got my husband's belt here and a foam roller. So we're gonna go over how to do these for your hip and your knee. Just stay tuned. So the muscles we're gonna stretch today are both associated with the hip and the knee and tend to get the most tight when sitting. Stretch number 1 is the piriformis. You're gonna start by lying on your back. You're gonna take your ankle of the side that you wanna stretch and cross it over your opposite knee. Now there's various ways that you can perform this stretch, but we're gonna do the most basic right now. You're just gonna take your hand along the outside of your knee and pull it across towards your opposite shoulder. Now you should immediately feel a nice pull located right along your butt cheek, and then you release it. And you can perform this, of course, on both sides. Now if you want a little bit more of a challenge, what you can do is lift your leg, take your hands behind your thigh, and pull your leg towards your chest, and you're definitely gonna feel a good pull on that side where you have the leg cross. Okay, so stretch number 2 is the IT band, which is short for the iliotibial band. It's usually the culprit for a lot of pain along the outside of the hip as well as the outside of the knee. But we're gonna start by taking your belt. You're gonna take the tail end and pass it through the buckle, which creates a nice loop. You're gonna place that loop around the ball of your foot. Go ahead and lie on your back. You're gonna straighten your knee. Using the band, you're gonna bring your leg over or across your body, pulling as hard as you can. You should feel a stretch here along the outside, or you may even feel it along the outside of your knee. The important thing with this one is you don't want to go so far to where you're twisting your trunk. You're just pulling it to where you feel that stretch and hold 30 seconds, 3 times. Our last stretch is going to be the quad stretch. There's a lot of different ways that you can perform this as well, but I'm going to go ahead and use my belt here. So I've got it anchored around my foot, my arch. You're going to roll onto your stomach. Bending the knee, you're going to use the band to pull your heel down towards your butt as far as you can, and you should feel a really nice pull here along the front of your thigh. Now, if you want to get a little deeper stretch with this one, what you would do is take your pillow and place it just along the bottom of your knee. That's going to bring you into a more extended position, and you'll feel that stretch even more. All right, so here is my favorite part. It's foam rolling. I'm gonna use a foam roll, but I will show you how to use your tennis ball or lacrosse ball. If you missed week 1, make sure to check that out because we went over foam rolling the hip flexor and the hamstring. Again, both of which can also be used for the hip and the knee, but let's get to it. So we're gonna roll out the glutes. You're gonna take your foam roll and place it just underneath the hips, and you're gonna slowly roll forward and back. Now you can always move your pelvis in different directions to find that really tender spot. Once you find that spot, hold on there for a few seconds and roll it out. So next we have our IT band, which travels from the hip all the way to the outside of the knee. So for that, we're gonna roll onto your side. You're gonna straighten your bottom leg. Your top leg is gonna cross over, and we're gonna slowly roll up and down along the IT band. Now this is the one that is most tender for all of us, so you really want to take your time with it. If it's your first time foam rolling, just try for 30 seconds. If you're not new in the game, you can go for a full minute, just rolling up and down. Our last one is for the quad. So you're going to take your foam roller flat on the floor. We're going to roll onto our elbows, lifting your feet up. You're just going to pull forward and back. So really using my arms here to roll forward and back. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you're just gonna cross your leg over the other one and roll, rotating to find those sweet spots. Hold for a few seconds and roll it out. Don't be surprised if you start sweating like this because it is a little bit of a workout. So as promised, for those of you who don't have a foam roll, you could also use your tennis ball or lacrosse ball and work it the same way. For the quads, you're just gonna take the ball, place your palm down and put light pressure through to really push through those tender spots. For the IT band, you can do the same thing using your hands along the side. If you want a little bit more intensity, you're gonna take the ball on the floor, roll onto your side, same position as the foam roll, and you're gonna roll forward and back. Now, a lot of times the tennis ball is actually a little bit more intense than the foam roll, so if that's too much for you, then just stick with placing it along the side of your thigh. For the glutes, place that right underneath and roll, rotating the pelvis to find those sweet spots. Once you find it, hold it for a few seconds and continue rolling out.